So another restoration rescue. I wouldn't even call them restorations. This is the Triang B12/13 in British Railways final livery, I think, before it was taken out of service in 1961. This is a 1964 model, I think, so it came out only a few years after the prototype had stopped being in service. I think it's a very attractive looking engine, the prototype. I've seen the apple green version by L&E or it's really nice looking. And even in the black livery, it's very smart. What did I do? Nothing much other than there was no motors you saw in the previous video. So I fitted one of those 24-volt motors that you see in the other videos I've shown. You check out the other videos, you'll see the motor type. And the nylon worm gear that was pretty easy to get in. I packed the body with as much weight as possible using these smaller size car wheel balancing weights. And when it was all running, I gave it a good clean. Now I didn't, I could probably do a lot more work. And I'm not looking to restore it as it was when it came from the factory, although I think it's pretty cool people can do that. I'm not interested. I want something that runs, hauls coaches, and has all its parts. So any bits that were missing, like the whistles and so on, I fabricated from pieces of metal and plastic. And there was a few other spots I repaired. There was a chip in the top of the boiler which I filled in, and a broken part behind the foot plate. The only really interesting part in all this is the tender, which now has pickup on the common wheels, and that's just basically a guitar string wrapped around them with a wire to the tender drawbar slot, which is then connected by two washers, and one on the engine drawbar and one on the tender itself, which provide a decent electrical contact. So we have extra three-wheel pickup on the com side, and it runs fairly nice. It's not too loud. It pulls about five coaches. There's a small layout on this part here, only pulling three. And I'm very happy with it. It works. It does the thing. I didn't bother. I heavily weathered it and tried to do some of the lining that was missing off the original version. But I didn't replace the decals or anything. We'll just pretend that the British Railway logo was chipped just for wear and tear. And this is the logo in the final years of its service. So again, just didn't. I don't think this even cost me like 15 euros. I've seen people complaining recently about, I have to give up the hobby because of the import tariffs. Man, you can buy broken, defective, or unworking models off eBay or anywhere, and you can fix them up for very little and get a lot of satisfaction. It's much more fun than just like buying something and opening the box. Although there's nothing wrong with that, I'm just saying I find this much more fun and certainly a hell of a lot more satisfying than spending money. Take care.